Now, still more fun to be had with the 16th note rests. We have 4 possibilities, and we've moved that 16th note rest to any one of the possibilities. But check this out. We can use 2 16th note rests side by side, and it'll take the place of any 2 16th note rests. Or we can use those 2 16th note rests at different places. They don't necessarily have to be side by side. So let's check this out. First of all, I'm going to take out the 1 and the E. So 1E are replaced with 16th note rests. 1E and A. Okay, so just the and A is what's left. I'm going to play an entire bar of this one. 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. Okay, 2 16th notes side by side can be replaced with 1/8 note or 1/8 note rest. So this would be written more commonly as an 8th note with 2 16th notes right beside it. Again, played the same way. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and as a full bar of it. Okay. Now I've got 2 16th notes. Imagine moving those 2 16th notes to the 2nd and 3rd 16th note and replacing those 2 with rests. So what I would get is 1 E and A. 1 E and A. This is what a full bar of that sounds like. 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Okay, so the middle 2 are missing. Alright, not so bad. But yeah, this gets written a different way as well. Okay, so again, I've written it so that you can see where the 16th notes actually fall, but the most common writing is a dotted 8th and with a bar tied to the 16th note. Okay, that's more commonly. So a full bar of this, again, would sound the same, but look like that. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and alright, just written more conventionally that way. Again, you can start to see how it gets a lot less clutter. Okay, so imagine that whole page or pages of that and different rhythms and things going on, because there's a lot of other indicators on a page for musicians to read down. So the less clutter, the better it is. Okay, and we can take it, those 2 16th notes, I'm going to move them to the last 2 16th notes, the and A. So we have 1 E, and the and A is the rest. 1 E and A. A full bar. 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Alright, now if you're starting to catch on again, those last 2 16th notes, 16th note rests, can be replaced with 1 8th note rest. Again, a little less clutter. Okay, sounding the same, just written differently. 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Okay, and as I mentioned, again with the 2 16th notes, 16th note rests, they don't have to be side by side. What if I was to replace the first one and the last one? Sorry, the first one and the third one with 16th note rests. We would get 1 E and A. 1 E and A. Now we're getting really, it feels a little awkward because it's not a common, well, I wouldn't say not common, it's a little more difficult to play because we replaced that downbeat with a rest. Okay, listen to a full bar of that. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and actually I gave you 2 bars there. Alright, so yeah, that's how that would sound. Okay, I've replaced rests, but they're not side by side. Alright, and the last one, 3 16th note rests. Yikes. Now, again, I'm going to tell you right off the top, there's 2 ways to write this one. 3 16th note rests helps us learn where they go. Occasionally it's written like that, you may see it. I'm going to replace the 1, the E, and the and. with rests, and that just leaves us with the 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and okay? This is more commonly written again now. It's getting kind of crazy with a dotted 8th note rest and then the 16th note at the end. Oh boy. Again, recognition. You start to get good at seeing it and knowing how it sounds. Okay? So it's written differently, but sounds the same. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and okay? Not so bad. Alright, so that's the 16th note rests. Now, we've got 16th notes and many different ways to write them on the page and different combinations. And that's where it starts to get really interesting. And I have to tell you, it becomes a little bit more challenging, but repetition brings recognition. The more we start to see the different figures and how they're written, the more we start to recognize and already know how they sound. We've got a lot of different possibilities here. We've taken these 16th notes, we've taken the rests and we've moved them around the different parts of the 16th notes and replaced them. And each one of those has given us a different figure, okay? Different rhythmic figure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of those rhythmic figures, I'm going to put them in a bar, and I'm going to play them for you. Okay, just give you a couple of examples and how they can start to sound. They can sound kind of advanced, kind of complicated, but when you really understand, all we've done is move 16th notes and then taken those figures and moved those figures, it starts to make sense. Okay, so here's the first example. I'm going to play it twice. Here we go. Again. All right. A second example. Listen carefully. Again. Right. And one last one. Again. Alright, so I've given you 3 examples of how these rhythms can start to be put together into different patterns. And these patterns, of course, played on the bucket or played in groups can be really, really interesting. Alright? It's not so difficult when you start to understand how they're created. Alright, so that's about it for this session of 16th notes and 16th note rests. What's coming up is using the quarter note, 8th note, and 16th notes and their corresponding rests in different orders to create really interesting patterns and start to get good at reading them. All right, different practice techniques. If you want more examples or if you'd like to contact me, head on over to thebucketguy.com. Thanks for watching.